We can take a little bit more than that. I just, as soon as I said 60 seconds, it reminded me of those mad minutes. How many of them you can do in 60 seconds? Like the worst math activity in the world. Okay. Kind of wrap up kind of 10 more seconds and then we'll just talk about them. It's okay if you don't have them all done. We're going to talk through them. I just want you to practice. And so let's take a look at number 1. Can anyone tell me out loud or in the chat, how would you represent that number of things in base 4?
1 0 base 4.
1 1 base 4.
1 0.
So we have 1 0 and we have 1 1 base 4. Let's see what we come up with.
Oh no, 1 0.
It is 1 0 base 4. And the reason being is that 4 number of things or 1 0 number of things is what makes the unit exchange happen. And I want you to get used to seeing a group of 4 things and realizing that that's the unit exchange. In base 10, that would be the same as holding 10 things, right? And so if that's 1 0 base 4, I would love to hear what you all think of number 2. What would number 2 be?
1 2 base
1 2 base 4.
1 2 base 4. Yes. Oops. Awesome. Can anyone explain to me how they got 1 2 base 4?
There's one group of 4 and then you have 2 left, so that's 2 in the 1's place, right?
Cool explanation. Who said that? I can't see people. Heather, yeah, awesome job. That is a good way to look at it. Let's see if I can do the annotation. The annotation sometimes works and sometimes doesn't in Zoom, but I'm going to try. So what Heather was talking about was, can everyone see me circling?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 1 0 base 4. And then we add 2 to it. So if you remember earlier when Addie was in here, she counted on, that's a 1 0, 1 1, 1 2. Awesome. Did anyone just kind of count them from the beginning? 1 2 3 1 0 1 1 1 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's counting all. Both are totally legit ways to kind of think about that. Right? You could count it in your head. You could have used counters. That's another way to do addition. There's lots of ways to be able to go about doing that. Now, with that said, let's take a look at what would number 3 be.
2 2 base 4.
Oop, I hear a couple.
2 base 4.
What was that?
2
2 base 4.
2.
2 2. All right, well, let's take a look at it. There's a 1 0. Here's a 2 0. So 1 0, 2 0, and then 2 more. So that's 2 2 base 4. What's behind that? 2 2 base 4. Look at y'all. This is fantastic. Now this one's going to be a little bit trickier. What is the answer to number 4?
1 0 0 base
1
4.
0 0 base 4.
1 0 0 base 4. Because we have 1 2 3 1 0 1 zeros. So we get 1 0 0 base 4. Okay. Questions? That was really awesome. That
I
was
agree.
really good.
I liked coming together as a group counting. It helped me get it concrete. And then those little problems that you did helped to like this little practice. Those two practice, it really helped me a lot. So I enjoyed it.
Cool, Roche. Thank you. Don't thank me just yet, because we're gonna make it a little bit trickier. Everyone's probably like not super surprised. But what I want you to do, I don't need you all to kind of go to 9. I want you to just look at my screen, because I'm gonna do the slideshow and share my screen here.
I have a quick question.
Okay,
So
sure.
What would we do 133 base for? So after that, we're gonna do what? 1010 base for?
So I'm gonna put this in. Actually, here, let's do it this way. Give me 2 seconds here. Oops. Share screen. So you were saying
133 base 4.
133,
Base 4.
133 base 4. And what you're saying, what happens if we add 1 to that?
So what would next be? So like when I'm counting, so like when I did 3, I went up to 1001. So then I'm saying, okay, I get to 33. What happens next? I have to start another set of hundreds. So would it be?
So it becomes 200 base 4.
From 1 to 2. Okay.
Right? And if you look at it, yep, Chrissy, correct. And if you look back to our
Chart.
chart, if you look into the chart, you can also follow along with the chart.
Got it. Thank you.
No problem. So can you all see my screen, the adding without writing? Can you all see that? Great. So what I want you to do is I'm going to give you a set of numbers and then a set of things and then another set of things. And I want you to add them together. Try to do this in your head. If you need to write it down, that's okay, but I want you to try. We ready? So that's the first number. And I'm going to add another number to it. How many total things did we have? 3?
3.
Yeah. Awesome. Let's make it a little bit trickier. And again, remember we're in base 4. That's the first set of things. Everyone have a sense of what that is? How many
That's-
things?
10 base 4.
Okay. Now I want you to add that. How many things do we have all together?
13.
13 base 4.
13 base 4. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Here's the first number. You can write it down or keep it in your head. How many things in base 4 do we have? And now I'm going to add another thing.
03 base 4.
23.
23 base 4.
23 base 4. So that first set the first set we had was 1 base 4, right? And then the one below that is 1 2 base 4. Does that look accurate? And so people said we've got 2 3 base 4. Really good. Keep it up. This one's going to be hard.
4 2 base 4.
So that's just the first number. So we have 10, that's 1 2 base 4 total.
Base 4. Yeah.
Okay. Second set, but something's going to happen here.
1 base 4.
And now how many were there all together?
Is that 2 base 4?
2 1 base 4.
So how many were in that first number?
4, 5,
6.
1 2 base.
6.
6.
Oh, I mean,
1 2 base 4.
1 2 base 4, my bad.
And then in the second part was 3 base 4.
3.
And so how many were there all together?
So that's 2 2 0 base 4.
2 1 base 4.
2 1 base 4.
2 1.
2 1 base 4.
9.
Yep. So I'm going to stop my screen here. And my computer's been super funky. So I'm hoping, oh yeah, it's going to work. So we're going to go back and we're going to look at those. I'm going to move these out of the way. So if y'all are on slide 9, right, we've got 1 2 base 4 in the top number of stars, and then 3 more. So if we think about that, that's 1 2 1 3 1 no 1 3 2 0 2 1. How's that feeling?
I got lost in that last one.
Yeah, and that one was a stretch. That one was a little tricky, and that's okay.
Wait, I'm sorry. I want to write that down for myself. So there was how many in the first one? Just the stars.
Oh shoot! Just give me 2 seconds here. I lost you all. There you are. So in the first one, I'm going to share my screen just while I'm talking about it. And I do want to do one more problem. I think it'll be really helpful for us to be able to, before we do. So after we do this, we might need a little bit of extra time tonight. So this first one would be just 3 base 4.
Oh, not that one. I'm talking about the one that's covered.
Oh, the one that's covered.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
So in the top group of suns, that's 1 2 base 4, correct? Does that make sense? And then the bottom one is 3. So if you think about it, 1 2, let's keep adding. 1 2, 1 3, that's 1 extra. 2 0, that's 2 extra. 2 1. So that final answer would be 2 1 base 4.
Yep. Got it.
Sound good? So the last thing that we're really going to need to be able to know how to do for the problem solving journal is kind of being able to use some counting strategies to be able to do an addition problem. And so again, in the problem solving journal, I'm going to ask you sometimes to solve things in a couple of different ways. And I want you to explain how you're actually solving them. And so there's a lot of different ways that you can go and do an addition problem. You can draw blocks, or you can show blocks, or M&Ms, or whatever it is you want to do. You could do it by counting all, or you can do it by counting on. There's a million other ways to solve it too. You can solve them any way you want. But I want you to start thinking about, when you're going through and solving a problem, to use some of the lingo that we've been talking about. Talk about what happens when we do unit exchanges. Talk about unit caps. Like, go through and use the things that we've been using in class to be able to go through and do this. But I want to go through and show this last example before we're done tonight. And then I'll stick around if people do have other questions. And so again, from the beginning of class, when Addie was here, the idea of counting all is when you're counting and combining groups, but the person counting starts from 1. Counting on is when you count or combine 2 groups, but the person counting starts from the number in one of the groups to get the solution. And so the example that I want to talk about for a minute here is 1 3 base 4 plus 2 1 base 4. But I'm going to show you this example here using the Didax online platform, which allows you to use online Unifix cubes, which is kind of as nice as. And the link to that, I will remind you all, is also here, virtual Unifix cubes. But I said that what we're going to do is we're going to do 1 3 base 4, and we're going to add 2 1 base 4 to it. And so we can count all, right? We can say we've got 1, 2, here I'm going to put little dots on them. 1, 2, I'm colorblind, so I don't know if you all can see this, but barely. 1, 2, 3, 1 0, right? A block of, I'm going to say 4, but it's really 1 0 things. That's 1 0, 1 1, 1 2, 1 3. What would this next number be? Someone shout it out.
2,
2
3.
0, 2 1,
2 2, 2 3.
3 0.
yeah.
3 1, 3 2, 3 3.
And then this
1
one goes to 1 0 0, right?
0 1. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
1 0 1 or
Fantastic.
1 0. Oh, yeah.
1 0 0 1. Yeah. Yeah.
1 0 0 base 4. Yes. That was awesome. That was really good counting. And that's the example. That example is what we call counting all, like Addie did at the beginning. Now, if we want to count on, we can say that we know that this first group here, sorry, is 1 3 base 4, right? 1 3 base 4. And then we would say, we would start there, 2 0, 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 3 0, 3 1, 3 2, 3 3, 4 0. And so that's 2 different ways to be able to go through and do that particular addition, this time in base 4. Now, there are lots of other ways that we could do this, right? What we could do is we could circle all the yellow ones, all the ones that we know that are groups. That's 1 0. That's 2 0. That's 3 0. And then we've got the 1 2 3 1 0 turquoise ones left, which would be 1 0 0 base 4. There are lots of different ways to do it. But right now, I just want us to focus on kind of as easy as possible, right? So you can do it by counting all of them one by one and showing each of those steps. Or you could start with one of those numbers and then keep adding on to it. But there are lots of different ways to be able to go through and solve that particular problem. So that's where we are at the end of that. And so I want to kind of quickly go back to problem solving journal number 1 that you all will be working on in groups. And I just want to kind of talk through it and remind you that reaching out to me if there are questions would be really great. So the very first question, I'm going to ask you to pick a completely different base. And I want you to go through and try to list all the digits. So I'm going to give you an example. Let's say that we do base 6, right? Base 6 means that we're going to have the digits 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 becomes our unit cap. And then the next one would be 1 0 base 6. 1 1, 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, 1 5, 2 0. The exact same thing. And what I want you to do is kind of list all the different ways to do that. But I'm asking you here to use either base 7, 8, or 9. You're choosing. Base 6, I want you to create your own addition problem and solve it and explain how you solved it. Think about words like unit caps. Think about words with unit exchanges, adding on, adding all. Think about what you're doing. And then the last one, what I want you to do is I want you to give the Pokemon card question a chance, but I want you to solve it 2 different ways. And that is our first major kind of assignment that's math related. So again, I'm going to add all the things in Canvas, but if you go back to the beginning of tonight's slides, it has your groups and how you can contact them. You can also contact them if you just know them through your own. You can contact them through Canvas, whatever you're most comfortable with. If you need help with that, or if there are concerns with that, reach out to me. If you want to talk about any of the questions, reach out to me. But also you have some other people that you get to talk to. And this isn't going to be a lone project. This is going to be, you get a chance to talk with some other people and collaborate and build some math together. I know we went a little bit over tonight. I really want to thank you all for doing some really great work tonight. That edition was just fantastic. You did such a good job with that. So I feel good about how we're kind of diving into that. So thank you all so much. If you want to stick around and ask more questions, please do. If you want to reach out to me and find a chance to chat, please do. But have a great few weeks, if not.
Thank you. Tell your daughter thank you as well.
Oh, absolutely. I will in a little bit.
Thank you.
That's great, Christy. Y'all have been doing cool stuff tonight.
It's me again.
Hello, how are you?
Getting you?
Good. How did that feel tonight?
It was fine, and then it wasn't.
Okay, what wasn't?
Okay, so I think it started with the star, that star one we were doing.
That was mean. That was mean. I'm sorry. I wanted to push y'all a little bit. Here, I'm gonna
I was like,
stop
wait.
recording here. Just give me a second.